Hi, everyone. My name is Smriti P. I am a mentor with Magic and also a board apprentice. And I am currently a software engineer at Google working in search. And today I have the pleasure of interviewing this mentee mentor pair. We have Sue and Mimi. Let's get started with some intros from you two. Sue?
My name is Suwin, or you can call me Gwen. It is actually my real name. I'm currently an eighth grader at Rancho Milpitas Middle School, and I'm in Team Changemakers.
Hi,
Thank you.
I'm Mimi Rajpaksan, her mentor. I'm a senior engagement manager at Govini in DC.
Thank you. And did you say Quinn? Just to Okay. I will say that. So, Quinn, can you give us a summary of your project?
So my project is about DNA. It is actually an experiment to discover more about DNA and also about criminal psychology, where I listen to podcasts to understand more about crime and criminal thingy. Yeah, that is a summary of it.
So, I think I heard a little bit of the inspiration there, but what was the inspiration for learning more about DNA and doing these experiments?
So actually, I am interested in biology, like especially in human when I was 5, but I actually didn't know where to start because I am interested like in the whole biology and the whole thing about human. So I don't know where to start. And then when I met Miss Mimi, she helped me to choose and she helped me to discover about DNA, which is a really interesting mm, interesting section. Yeah, interesting lesson.
Yeah, and I have to say, fantastic presentation, and the demo was super cool. I don't know that I expected to just be able to see DNA like that. So if you're watching this on YouTube, go check out the presentation and the demo. Um, were you surprised by any aspect of the experiment, Quinn, or like had you seen DNA like that before?
Actually, I've never seen it before because I think that I can only see DNA through the microscope, but now I know that I can visualize it by myself.
Yeah, that was super cool. And Mimi, had you done any experiments like this before?
I had actually done this when I was in eighth grade. So when she brought up, wanting to do something about DNA, I was like, oh, I have a perfect idea.
Full circle. That is very cool. Does this kind of work connect to your background and things that you studied after eighth grade?
Uh, I did go into STEM, so in that sense, yes, I focus more on mechanical engineering and hardware things, so a little different, but science still applies.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I'm impressed you were able to bring that back from eighth grade. Um, Very cool. So, a couple more questions. So, what were the challenges? I know you both worked remotely on this, and I heard a little bit about that during the presentation, but maybe you can say it here too. How did you manage to do these physical experiments remotely?
Um,
Question for Quinn. Yeah.
so we did this experiment together through a meeting. She did it in her house and I did it in my house, but we did it together, but through Google Meet. And the other challenge, I think I already said it in my presentation, is actually my English because I am a person that is quite hard to absorb new things. So I need to take a long time to actually talk in English and study things in English.
I have to say from my perspective, watching you do the presentation and talking now, it I couldn't have imagined that that was something that you were working through. So congratulations, really. You did a phenomenal job talking through it and explaining the project. So I heard a little bit of the challenges. What was maybe your favorite part?
My favorite part in the DNA is actually when I can see my DNA. When like after the experiment, I can see, oh, that is the thing that made me. So I am so excited after that.
And you're trying to connect it to like criminal things. What was that part about? Can you speak a little bit more about that?
So actually, our main project is about DNA, but also I am interested in criminal psychology, and the DNA and the criminal psychology are connected to each other because in each crime, like for example, murdering, the police or detectives they collect blood, semen, hair, or skin to do the DNA to determine who it is, to determine who killed that person, or to determine who is the person who's been killed. Yeah. So. It's kind
Yeah.
of
Very key, very key. So you mentioned a couple other things like hair. Were you able to experiment with getting DNA from, this was from, in the demo, it was from saliva. Did you try getting it from anything else? Is
I
it
just
possible?
I just focused on saliva, and I think hair is possible too, but we need an like specific machine that is quite expensive.
Okay. Yeah, it was very cool that you were able to do this pretty much with like at home things. Like, I want to go and try this out and see my DNA. Very, very cool. And a couple closing questions. So, Mimi, was there anything from this mentoring experience that was new to you or something that you learned from this experience?
I guess in general, I'd never really mentored remotely like that. So trying to figure out how to navigate that side of it was definitely new. Um, really enjoyed the experience overall. It definitely had me kind of reaching outside my comfort zone to figure out like what topics would be good and how to make it most beneficial for her overall too.
Right, right. Wonderful growth on both sides, it sounds like. And now you're able to meet in person, which must feel really, really nice. So, did you meet in person for the first time towards the end of the presentation? Not presentation, the end of the session now, or did you meet earlier as well?
Well, like at the beginning, I guess when like then I got to say hi, but yeah, we didn't get to talk much before the presentation.
Oh, okay, okay. And I was even asking if you meant like in January or February. So your first time meeting was today.
Yep.
Ah, okay, okay, exciting. Okay, one final question for Quinn, which is now that you have graduated from this program, do you have any advice for future mentees?
Um, the only thing that I could say is try your best. I know that there are so many things to overcome. For example, my English and teaching them remotely through Google Meeting. But I know there are lots of overcome that you have to overcome. But yeah, just do your best, and then everything's gonna be fine.
Yeah, that is great advice. Thank you. Thank you both, and congratulations once again. Thank you for the interview.